What did your 3 years in Boston as an assistant here mean in your development as a coach?
That was great. And obviously, growing up in New England, you follow the Celtics and go to school here. It was a great time, mid '80s, and the Celtics were that era was unbelievable. And, it was exciting, great basketball, and of course the history of this franchise. There's no other organization like this to have 17 championships, and when you look at the banners, it's really every decade except for the '90s. It's special to be part of. To win a championship with that group of guys. You join the other 16 championship teams, so it's a special group.
Tom, did you come to games here as a kid? And if you did, is there a game that stands out in your mind that you'll always remember?
Yeah, it came to a lot of them. It's, I remember when I first went to school up here, and they weren't very good the first year, and then when Bird and McHale got here, we couldn't get near the place after that. So we watched like everyone else, but it was great. You stay tuned. You watch the games. You listen to Johnny Most on the radio. So it was unbelievable.
Coach, do you have any specific memories about the championships?
There's so many. I think back to the challenge was that group coming together as quickly as they did. And, to do it the first year, and really the second year we were probably better until Kevin went down, and I think we could have repeated that year. I actually thought we were better, and of course the third year we labored through the regular season and lost the game 7 in LA. And Perkins got hurt in that game. But when I look back, you think about just the way those guys worked and their willingness to sacrifice and play for each other, and all the big games that were heroes. You think back to the Cleveland series with Pierce and LeBron. That was one of the all-time great games. And there's so many big moments, and that's what you look back, you think about the moments. It's not really any one particular game. You just think about all the things that you go through together, and then to have it end up the way it did. It was great for Kevin, Paul and Ray, because they had been great players throughout their career, had unbelievable careers, but to win a championship, it put them into a special group. And so you were happy for them because they also showed a willingness to sacrifice for each other to bring the best out of everyone.
What have you thought of what you've gotten from Chris Dunn this season?
Good. The thing, like most rookies, there's going to be ups and downs, and Chris is defensively he's terrific defensively. Now offensively, he's still learning the NBA game, but he brings a lot of toughness to our team, and that's something that we desperately needed. So I think he'll continue to get better and better, and that's what he has to do: concentrate on each day, put everything he has into it, learn the NBA game, just keep building.
Do you see any parallels between him and Marcus Smart?
They're different, but the competitive spirit is similar. I think Marcus is a guy that there's a lot of intangibles that he brings. I think, and I think Danny's done a good job with getting that toughness, into this team. And you see the deflections, the reaction to the ball, into the body. Those things wear on teams, and those things go a long way towards winning. So from that standpoint, yes, and I think Marcus has gotten better and better as time has gone on, but it's the toughness that you need.
The old timers here who claim they saw you play at Salem State said you were defense optional. Is that true?
Yeah, that's probably true.
Coach, do you see Chris developing those traits that Marcus has as far as this steals and the toughness?
The anticipation, great feet, strength, being able to see ahead defensively. I think those things are similar. Yeah.
Was there a turning point in this season when you began to be able to close games out?
Right from the beginning, the big thing was to concentrate on the improvement. I knew we had a long way to go. When you really take a deep dive into the team from last year where they were, there was a lot of work to be done. And the thing that I liked was the willingness to work. And even though we weren't winning games early the way we practiced and I knew it was about building habits. And we had a lot of big leads that we let get away, but to get those leads, and you're doing some good things. Now we didn't close the way we would have liked, and I think that's an area we've improved upon. And then the understanding of playing defense. You can't rest. I think the good teams that win consistently in this league, they're strong on both sides of the ball. And so that's something that we stressed, and I think we've gotten more consistent with our effort, and our best players have to lead. So, Karl and Wig, they have to set the tone for that. They can't rest.
Will you watch much of the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, well, some, and then I'll catch up after the season, but whenever I have an opportunity, I'll watch some of the games.
Is that as a fan of the game or for the draft?
Yeah, well, you look at it differently. Like, you're watching now, but you're also, obviously, the season's priority. And then once the season's over, you shift to the draft, and that's a chance when you're doing your draft prep. You're digging deep into the games, and so it's a different type of study.
Tom, with just 16 games left, you can kind of maybe start to speculate what kind of record it might take to get in. Have you guys talked about a number at all, or you just
That's you guys, yeah. We're just, and I think that, and it makes it interesting. I think for everybody, it's for us. I want us to, establish a routine, and I think if you look ahead and you skip over steps, that's how you slip. And I don't want that, but I want them to understand where we are, and I want them to understand what goes into winning each game and how you prepare. So that shouldn't change. Know your opponent well, have your routine established, and don't get lost in whether it's praise, criticism, what's ahead, what some people may view as something that's daunting. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It only matters what we think and what we believe.